fine. We lose our Florian, big deal. That's why it's what I was hoping for. Is like, well, we block. If we lose them, no big deal. They're just dead on the backs. They have no mana. They have nothing. Yeah, no blockers. Boom. Okay. I thought for sure with their just the snakeskin veils though, and then Mavinda bring it. Oh my god. Hey everybody, what's up? What's going on? My name is Kyle. Thank you for stopping by to check out my video on my channel Arena Hacks. Today, will be Thursday for you guys and guys and girls, and so Kamigawa is coming out today. Depending on what time zone you're in, I think for me it usually things refresh. I think around 10 a.m., 10 or 11 a.m. for me. So I'll have a few hours in the morning just chomping at the bit, waiting for Kamigawa to release and come out. But in the meantime, whatever your time zone is, you can maybe watch this video and check out my budget vampires list, which is what we got here. Budget vamps for the name, pretty self-explanatory what I'm up to here. Very, very close to an even balance between black and red. 22 creatures, 14 non-creatures, 1.8 average, which is kind of crazy considering how powerful this tech can be in certain situations. If you're getting a decent card draw and you're getting kind of your stuff put together, or like your, what do you call it, things that you want to go together, you get your cards in the right order and stuff, you're not just flooding out on one thing. But anyways, on the note of budget, I want to point out the only two rare spells is Florian, 2 copies of Florian. Just, he's got an amazing ability for extra card drawing. We do have a lot of other card advantage in here as well, but his ability to look through so many cards off the top if we're able to get a lot of damage in and make our opponent lose a lot of life, to look through so many cards and exile one that we're ready and prepared to play that turn is extremely, extremely powerful. And we do have a lot of other card draw with Deadly Dispute and Village Rites, but he just goes right in there and just makes things extra sweet. And a lot of what you'll find in the rest of this deck, we are trying to get like small amounts of life lost against our opponent, so that way we can trigger extra abilities from our vampires. We got a lot of that going on. So Florian as a rare fits into this deck really perfectly. So these are the only 2 rare spells in the deck to help make it budget. Now I do have a lot of rare lands. Yeah, I'm sorry, if you don't have the collection to support this mana base right now, you do have Evolving Wilds and the snow lands that they give you that are tapped that help you get you going for balancing the colors. As for these creature lands here, I have 5 in total in here. You can swap those with basics of the corresponding color of mana. Maybe have 2 or 3 Field of Ruins, which are just uncommons, so that you can deal with your opponent's creatures lands, and you're doing it on a budget, right? So replace some of these with Field of Ruins and some of these with just your starter. You get one of these to start off with right away, the treasure hunt deck. So you get one of these right there, and then the other 3, and then these 4 you can swap with, you know, more common and lower budget mana or ways of balancing your 2 mana colors and stuff like that. So I'm still referring the rest of the deck list budget. Like, I remember when I started out in Arena, it's what I had to do a lot of the times. Like, everybody's putting all these decks out. My biggest thing was like, okay, I have to adjust the lands now because I don't have these rare lands, right? So it's a good thing to make sure you're collecting those as you're building your account and going on there to get these lands. They're really handy, really helpful, from the creature lands all the way up to these ones that balance your 2 mana colors, so you're not getting bottlenecked too hard on one color or anything like that. So that's all the rares to touch on. Let's get going through the rest of the deck list. All our removal in here, which is mostly Bloodchief's Thirst, Play with Fire, and Bloodtithe Harvester. These are removal. His abilities are removal, sorcery speed and removal for Harvester, and Bloodchief's Thirst, which is kind of a lot of sorcery. But that's because we have to play the Harvester when he loses Summoning Sickness. Then we can tap and sacrifice him. And we can get -X/-X, which is twice the number of blood tokens we currently control. We get blood tokens just from a Bloodtithe Harvester, from this guy entering the battlefield. Also, when this guy enters the battlefield, we get a blood token. As well, this guy just does 1 damage directly to opponent, so now our opponent has life loss for that turn, which synergizes, like I said, with the rest of the deck, which we haven't even really looked at right now. I'm just focusing on the removal side of things. I did mention Epicure there, which is not removal. Oop, not that guy. Back to this guy, Harvester. So then we have his ability, -X, gets through indestructible. Does a lot of really great stuff there. We also have Play with Fire, which I mentioned, 2 damage. We can also do 2 damage to our opponent's face. We can use this 2 damage to get the last couple points to win the game. We can use this damage just to get that scry. Sometimes that's what we're after, just to get the scry, and it is a great way to get life loss on our opponent. We play this during one of our main phases for 1 mana, and afterwards we probably have enough mana to play another vampire, to play something that synergizes with our opponent's losing life. Bloodchief's Thirst, that's just kind of my version of Blizzard Brawl, because for me, when I build a mono green deck and I put 4 copies of Blizzard Brawl in it, it is nowhere near as effective for me as it is for literally all of my opponents, who get anywhere from 3 to 4 copies in exactly when they need them too. They don't get them when they don't need them, they get them when they do need them. And yeah, they seem to always have creatures, whereas like when I get them, I don't. Whole list of problems that I have with Blizzard Brawl. Bloodchief's Thirst, for me, I draw it more often than Blizzard Brawl. I kind of noticed that my luck with Bloodchief's Thirst is I do get them a lot, not all the time, but I do get them a lot when I need them, conveniently, much like most other players with Blizzard Brawl. So Bloodchief's Thirst is kind of my version of Blizzard Brawl. It works for me much better than Blizzard Brawl. Best thing is, if I'm up against a control player who doesn't keep killing all my creatures with spells, I can still use this to kill his stuff, his planeswalkers, all that stuff, his or hers. And yeah, so it's just, Blizzard Brawl doesn't do planeswalkers either, so that's another thing. I want to kill your planeswalker. Can't do that with a Blizzard Brawl. Oh, but wait, Bloodchief's Thirst can. Right. So we got card draw with Deadly Dispute and Village Rites. 2 Village Rites, because we don't usually want to be sacrificing our creatures. Holding up a Deadly Dispute or a Village Rites during our opponent's turn, waiting from their attack. I'm just kind of waiting to see if they're going to target one of our creatures with removal, and then we can Deadly Dispute or Village Rites, right? But the Deadly Dispute, we're mostly trying to cast either Sacrifice a Treasure, which the only way we make treasures from other Deadly Disputes. So if we get multiples of them, once we cast one, we get a treasure, and we can sacrifice that treasure to cast the next one, and so on and so forth. Whereas Village Rites, we need creatures, which is why there's only 2 of them. It's just kind of a way, if our creatures die, we can transform them into value at instant speed. For the Village Rites, Deadly Dispute, like I say, yeah, that's just great stuff. For the artifacts, we get a bunch of artifacts from Voldaren Epicure, giving us blood tokens. We got the Bloodtithe Harvester, which I mentioned gives us blood tokens. Blood Petal Celebrant, when it dies, it gives us blood tokens, right? So it's another great creature. We can also sacrifice it to the Village Rites. If it's in a situation where it's about to die, we weren't really expecting that to happen, like, oh, we got a Village Rites in our hand with the mana to cast it. We throw it out there, sacrifice it, get our blood token, get our card draw, right? And then we have a blood token that we can now sacrifice to a Deadly Dispute. And stuff like that. So the versatility on what we can sacrifice to get card draw is actually really cool in this deck. Here we start getting some of those triggers that I mentioned, where we want our opponent to have lost life in a turn. So Vampire Socialite, whenever it enters the battlefield, if an opponent had lost life that turn, all your vampires get a +1/+1 token or counter, except for the Socialite itself. It doesn't give itself a +1 counter when it enters. And as long as when it's on the battlefield, every time you play a vampire or any other vampire, it enters with a +1/+1 counter if an opponent lost life that turn. So we're always using, before we play our Socialite, and even when it's already on the battlefield, we're always trying to make our opponent lose some life before we play our vampires, so that way we're always getting these effects going. Or when we have a Vampire Socialite anyways. The other one up here is Stromkirk Bloodthief, a full set of them. And this vampire, whenever, or at the beginning of our end step, it triggers. And at the beginning of our end step, it checks if our opponent lost life that turn. And if they did, we get to put a +1/+1 counter on a target vampire we control. And that's pretty much all of our creatures, unless we wake up one of our lands here, because they are not vampires. Yeah, so that's the Stromkirk Bloodthief. So between the Socialite and the Stromkirk Bloodthief, that's how we get a lot of power. That's how our creatures get big and crazy. I also forgot to mention the Blood Petal Celebrant goes with these guys really good, and Florian, because it's the same at the end of combat, triggers similarly to the Bloodthief here, which triggers at the beginning of end step. This triggers at the end of combat, the beginning, or at the beginning of your post-combat main phase, right? So right after combat, you get to look at the top X cards. X is the amount of life your opponent lost that turn. So there's that many cards you get to choose from that you can exile and then play that turn. So if you need a land, you have no mana left, and you see a land, best to exile that land. If you haven't played a land, you exile that land. You're allowed to play that card until end of turn. You play out your land. You didn't miss your land drop now. In a turn where you have all your mana untapped, you attack in or whatever, get all your damage after combat. You then get to look at how many cards off the top, and if you have all your mana untapped, whatever you decide to set aside, you'll be able to cast or exile. So these are our 3 cards that give us triggers when our opponents lose life. So that's really what we kind of build around. Blood Petal Celebrant really helps with that. When she attacks, she has first strike. And I think I briefly started mentioning, I didn't mention how Blood Petal goes into these other guys, but that's how she works out. 2 mana, 2/1, whenever we attack with her, I think it's just during our turn. Or no, as long as it's attacking, yeah. So whenever we attack with her, she has first strike. Our opponents often don't want to block. Afterwards, we play a Socialite, and she gets bumped up to a 3/2. We do it again. Now she's a 3/2 with first strike. Even if they have a more tough creature, it's like, well, I still don't want to block because the first strike's going to kill them. It's not even going to be a trade. They take the damage again. Then you do something else, or you get, whatever, all this stuff. You play your Harvester because you have one out in the field. It becomes a 2 mana 4/3 then, right? If you have a Socialite on the field, as long as your opponent loses life, you play a Harvester. Already for 2 mana, a 3/2 is good value. And then all those abilities that he gets as well. But then if you have the Socialite and you do damage to your opponent and then play him, he's a 4/3, a 2 mana 4/3. Really good value there. So that's basically how we run this deck. We try to keep drawing lots of cards with Florian, Deadly Dispute, Village Rites, kill their stuff with Bloodchiefs, play with Fire and Harvester here. Oh man, gas bubble all of a sudden. Oh, can't talk. There we go. And those are removals, and then we just attack in with first strike. We do damage with Epicure. We even build up Epicure sometimes with the counters from Bloodthief and Socialite, and the reason we do that is because our opponent usually doesn't want to kill an Epicure. It's a weak 1 mana 1/1 creature. We have them in here to have extra sacrifice for our Village Rites or Deadly Dispute, just to help get the damage in. It's 1 mana, 1 damage directly to our opponents, so they have lost life, and now we can get our other triggers and stuff, right? It's really what he's in here for, is the Vampire, so he does synergize with everything. But we build this up, make it really tough, forces our opponent to focus their removal on the Epicure because it's a big 5/5 now or something like that, and then that takes their focus off of the Bloodthief and the Socialite, which made it a 5/5, and they're still attacking in and doing whatever they're doing and stuff like that, and that's the main plan of the deck and how it works. And when things are flowing pretty smoothly, it works pretty good. So let's go check it out. But before we go check out those games, make sure you hit that thumbs up down in the bottom corner of the video, or just underneath the bottom corner of the video, bottom right. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, especially if you've been watching my stuff. It really helps the channel, and it makes it easier for you to watch my stuff in the future. So that all being said, let's go take a look at those games now. What's going on here? Are we getting cards? The heck is this? Okay, there we go. We see cards now. Alright, looks like a pretty good start. Wish we were on the play. Would be nice. What does this thing do? Beginning of your upkeep, middle card, sacrifice, create any. For each creature in your grave, activate only as a sword chain. Interesting. I guess we go with the Harvester. Play a land, it's just your third turn. Okay. You want to attack? Sure. We'll take that trade. Do we take that trade? Yeah, sure. Why not? We have another harvester. This way they're not getting any value out of this. Like using its ability or all that stuff. What is this? At the military, okay. I think we want an extra black mana to hold up Village Rites. We go this way. Maybe we block. No, I don't think we block there. If they attack with their wolf, I don't think we block it. I think next turn we try to see if we can get an attack in, get some damage, and then go with the Socialite to start pumping up the field. If they want to do 2 damage, they can do it here. No, okay. Oh no, wait, now they're going to attack. I thought the attack was already, they went to attack. Whoops. Now they've attacked. Yes, that's fine. Let's play this out. Attack in. See what we can do. Oh, what do they have? Some weird bounce to your hand shenaniganery or something? No, take the damage. Okay. I suppose it doesn't matter what order we play these in. Because when we play a vampire, if opponent lost life, which they did, it comes with a counter on it. So this will come with a counter on it. We could have played it first, it wouldn't have come with a counter, but since the opponent lost life when we played this one, they would have both got counters. Either way, these each get 1 counter by the end of this turn. And then they probably have some kind of immediate answer for our Socialite. I'm assuming. Or are they just going to shoot down our blood token with the thing? Okay, no, they just have the immediate answer, so we can't keep using it. They are running low on cards. We've got a pretty good battlefield. I say we don't block this, because we can race them if they do decide to attack with us. They have to sacrifice it in order to hit our blood token, which would really be kind of a waste of sacrificing their creature to destroy an artifact or enchantment. I think it's an enchantment or artifact, right? Artifact or enchantment, yeah, super dirty. They get this back out of their graveyard. They can play it now too, right? Yeah. It's 4 mana, and they have to sacrifice this, and they get a 1/1 for each creature card in their graveyard, which they currently have 2. No blocks. Let's go black. Just we seem to have a bit more black in our hand. Now getting extra damage doesn't make these guys come in with more. We have. I say we just attack in with these guys for now. And then just play both of these. And turn. What is this? Graveyard to your hand. So if they cast that, they can't cast whatever creature they put into their hand because they won't. They'll have to use all of their mana to cast these with their flashback costs. Sure, yeah. That's that. Another fight spell. We could sack it to a Village Rites to get some card draw. But this way their creature dies too. Which I kind of don't mind. Do we sack it? Yeah, we kind of need. We need the card draw. I don't know what else to sacrifice, so they're about to remove this. Let's just get it. And they don't want to block these because they'd have to double block in order to kill it, and they would lose one of their creatures, not both. But yeah. This is good because of all the freaking blood tokens we have. It's like good. A deadly dispute now. We can sacrifice something other than a creature. That's why I have more of these than Village Rites. Although I seem to see all my Village Rites all the time. And nothing else. Nah, we'll leave the Harvester back. Just keep going with our 6 damage. First strike, so really makes them blocking not nice. And if they do decide to double block to try to kill one, we can play with fire on their Liberator here. And then, yeah. The first strike here will kill this thing. So they take the damage. They're down to 6. If we play this, have we played a land this turn? No, these would be tapped. Yeah, we don't have any. We didn't play a land this turn, so I say we go Florian. We got 6 damage. Oh no, wait, we don't get that. His ability that triggers at the end of combat. We already had combat, so it doesn't trigger. We have Deadly Dispute held up and play with fire. I say we sit there. They're going to have to start blocking soon, or they're going to have to sacrifice this and get what? Well, if they create for each creature you activate as a sorcery, they might get an extra one because of that. They have what? 2 creatures in their graveyard. They might get 3 insect tokens from this thing being in their graveyard when they sacrifice it. I'm not sure exactly how that works because you got to sacrifice this thing. Create a 1/1 green insect creature token for each creature card in your graveyard. So does this count as a creature card in your graveyard after you trigger it or something? Activate as a sorcery, so they have to do it now. They don't get to do it instant speed. We can almost attack with everything next turn, and that's just game. They do have a decisive denial. Oh, we should have used the Deadly Dispute. Whoops. I was thinking about play with fire, and when I decided not, I'm like, alright, we'll take a turn. I still say we attack all. Oh, no, wait, yeah, shit. Okay, well, we still have this, yeah, we might lose Florian here. So they make these guys fight. Okay. At least that dies and it's no longer an optional blocker. Attack all. And that's just game anyways, yeah. First strike too, the combat doesn't even go through. Alright. Oop, forgot to record right off the bat there. Oh well, haven't even had our first turn yet, so we just drew a Blood Petal, all the rest were in our opening. Blood Petal Celebrant. Let's play this tapped, because why not? We got nothing else to do. How much does this equip for? 2. Yeah, maybe we do this way, okay. I was thinking maybe we should have played this first, and then next turn try to, oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah, this is the better way then, because we attack around their dude here. And then we can play this. Put this on the red side. That is a 2/2. Seems kind of loud. There we go. And then I think this. Do we want more menace? Yeah, let's go with the menace. Nice. It's kind of yeah, it happens when you have a double socialite. You do some damage. Yeah, one socialite enters, gives the other one a counter. The other one enters with a counter because of the one that's already on the battlefield. Okay. Can't block the menace. It's a 5/4. Wow. And we wait there. We have Deadly Dispute, so we sit on that. Really nice 3 lands. These two both untapped early, this one untapped late. Dodging the tap lands. Say we keep. Do I do that now or do I try to get this down first? I don't think it matters. Let's hold on. No, we could have been pecking away with it, I guess. Try to sap them for damage. Maybe I should have played that. I might be being greedy here. Menace is always nice too. You do have a Stromkirk in this game. That's kind of nice to see. Got some removal too, which for some reason out of 8 we almost never see. That's okay. Our Bloodchief's Thirst can hit it. They're whatever they take, we can get back right away. Unfortunately, we won't get to play our Stromkirk this turn. We don't have the mana for it. We can still attack in and get a 2/2 Epicure. And turn there. That's what they're going for. Life gain, I'm assuming. Yeah. Kind of figured. And of course they have their own removal, as usual. No scry, no card draw, they just got it. I really want to get the damage in so our Stromkirk can start pumping people up. Are we in enough of an aggro position? I don't know. Try it, I guess. We need our card draw. Where's all our card draw stuff? Try to keep this Epicure getting bigger and bigger so that it draws more attention than this guy. Yikes. Let's wake this up. Let's get rid of this. Do not want that coming back on the battlefield, especially if they get to choose which side. They could, for 5 mana, get it back or something like that, and then Let's keep going on this Epicure. Keep beefing him up. But yeah, if they play that on Tybalt's side. I don't know if there's any spells that do that. Like a 5-mana spell that brings a creature back was like from the graveyard onto the battlefield, but it says specifies creature, so it would probably make you use the Valky side, because Tybalt's not a creature, so I don't know how that works, if you get to choose which side it goes on or not. They still only have the one blocker here. And they're probably looking into that for blocking the Epicure. I say we continue going with the Menace here. Oh no, we don't have mana for this now. Oh well. Not with that guy. Probably going to block the Epicure, that's fine. Get rid of this, because I doubt they can do anything with their Bloodchief's Thirst from the graveyard. They do block that way, that's okay. Not the greatest. Probably going to get a Goblin now to block. No, they go Treasure. So what do you got now? They got 6 mana, 2 cards in hand. 6 mana with the treasure available. 5 lands, 1 treasure. So we've had a good aggro start because they're down to 8. So what else do they got? What are those 2 cards in there? We've got to have the mana to cast at least one. Don't tell me it's just like they're both the perfect cards and they're going to cast both and they're just, why they're waiting, I don't know. Is my internet? Oh, no, what's going on? What the heck? No, yeah. Why did my computer just disconnect from the internet for no reason? My music's still playing and it runs on the internet, so what the hell? Yeah, everything else is getting internet. My phone is. What the hell? What? The hell is going on? Okay, yeah, bring up the screen. Let's go. Jesus. What? Why didn't I get my trigger here? Come on. A little internet blip? Yeah. I kind of feel like that was sabotage. Like my internet didn't even go down. My computer just disconnected for no reason whatsoever. And now my triggers aren't working. What did this guy do? Is this like a hacker or something? Yeah, you scoop. You deserve that. That was weird. Yeah, that was weird. I've never had my computer just disconnect from internet while everything else in my house is still on internet. Usually it means I'm having a modem problem or something, which I didn't. That was weird. All right. Let's not have any interruptions this time. I like the variety of cards. Yeah, let's go tap land first so we can do a 2-drop on our second turn. Ooh, what do we do? Menace or First Strike? Definitely play that one. I guess it's untapped. It's still Menace or First Strike. Ooh, it's tough. Let's try it. Hope they don't just... Oh, no, they can't. All right. I was thinking of the other game where they played it. Their first creature was a Righteous Valkyrie, but they were on the play. So they were a turn ahead of us. We're on the play this game, so we're a turn ahead of them. Right, okay, there we go. Let's get the red one out. Now we have 2 black, 2 red among 3 lands. Attack in with this, gets First Strike, do the damage, get this guy down. Do we hold this for net? Because sometimes that 1 damage really helps. If we can't attack through or something, which we probably can next turn. I'm going to hold it anyways. And not play it this turn. That's pretty good for them. So I say we attack all. Let's see if we can get Florian to stay on the battlefield for long enough. Yes. We'll also play an Epicure, because we don't have enough mana for Deadly Dispute anyway, so we play that. And now we have an artifact we can sacrifice to the Dispute instead. And we have another Epicure coming up, so it's a 2-2 as well. We're getting some good battlefield presence here, I like. Quick. We're also running out of cards real quick. Yeah, so they use stuff like that. Keep their hand loaded up and full. But hopefully we can just keep slamming in on them. We do need mana because we are not hitting a land drop. Can't block this guy, probably won't block this guy. Let's attack all. If they block this guy, we can play with fire and get rid of their dude. And they're suspecting a trap of some kind. Good for them. Smart. That's exactly what we were trying to do. Play this out as a 2-2, get another thing here, and the turn. We got Deadly Dispute, we got Play with Fire, and they're out. They're at 4 health. Yeah, wow. And they even had a removal there. We just exploded quick. Like, man, that's the potential this deck has. I wish it's been like that more throughout the day. Okay. It's not my most ideal hand. Hopefully we draw a couple more lands along the way and then some other good vampires. Maybe a Stromkirk, and we do have a Florian here. If we can keep him alive for a little bit, that'd be nice. So we got Menace coming in now. And another land, that's perfect. Do we go Florian? I say we try to get that card advantage. Seems a little greedy. They could have immediate removal for it. No, they're probably going to get removal for it. No, they get environment. Okay. Interesting. Well, let's attack. Get a whole bunch of damage in. Now we get the choice of what we want to play. I'd really like a land to keep hitting our land drops, but freaking Stromkirk. We're aggro. We're supposed to just go crazy aggro. You go another Socialite. It's a tough call. Man, there's so many good cards in these top 6 here. What do we do? Let's go with the Bloodchief. Bloodthief, sorry. Put it on the Socialite, try to spread things out a bit. We got him down to 12 already. That was our 4th turn because we missed. That was our first land drop that we missed. Gain some life for them. Ooh, what's that? A Doomscar probably. Knowing my luck. Let's swing in. It's a lot of damage. 10 damage, I think, in total. Yeah, they were at 14, so we get 10 cards. Holy jeez. They're at 4 health. Do we have another play with fire? Because we just win the game that way. Not quite. We have an Epicure here, which can get an extra damage in. Do we have any removal in our hand? We do have a Bloodchief's Thirst. Maybe we go with another Stromkirk. What do we have here? We're still missing... No, we did get a mana, didn't we? So many choices. You know what? Did we play a land? I don't know. Here, let's just go this way. That way we have an artifact to sacrifice. They do take a hit there. And the turn. Oh, let's throw you here on Florian. Just in case they do have a Doomscar here, that's why I didn't cast some of my creatures. Well, of course you do. Why wouldn't you? Does it really matter? They're all going to die anyways. Can we get another play with fire? We just win if we get another play with fire. Come on. Yes! Oh no, not now, not now. Wait, take our turn. Yes, yes, yes. Doesn't look like they have much. So oh, it feels like such a dirty way to win. Ooh, yeah, whatever. It doesn't, yeah. Ouch. Alright, we are recording now. Opponent goes first. Not fair. Or do we go with the Epicure? See if we can attack with it or something. If they don't have blockers, maybe we can attack with it, get a damage in, and then our Socialite enters and makes it a 2/2. We can still try it. See if they trade. I doubt they will. Now this has Menace. It doesn't get around that though. If they want to attack in, that's fine. We'll Bloodchief's the Bloodchief's Thirst on this guy. So let them get a couple poison counters. Well, now I can't Bloodchief on and do everything else I want. Dang it, yeah. Gotta get rid of that fin. Do we attack with both, though? Right. Like I said, nothing I ever do matters. They just have everything they need. Alright, not this game. Oh crap, I didn't mean to pass. Oh shit, that was bad. Why was combat taking so long to come to an end? I felt like it was like kept hitting like pass, 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 and all of a sudden I passed my turn. Oh wow, this is absolute perfection though.
I shall teach you much.
Right into just everything. Absolutely flawless. Again, no card draw, no advantage, no nothing. Just everything plopped in their lap. I guess those games I had, you could say the same for me, but I really don't think so. This deck is well built. It's like I just get a variety of cards, and it seems like I have everything perfect. I guess that's just the way the deck is, right? The way the deck works. So, attack in here. They can't block. This in is a 3/3. This in is a 2/2. Does an extra bit of damage. We get this thing triggering. So we make this a 3/3, I guess? Sure. Let's pump it up. Eventually they won't be able to attack with Finn if we can get a guy big enough to block them. A guy that we don't care dies as long as he can do 4 damage. And then they'll just have another Snakeskin Veil that they'll just draw into organically with no scry or anything. No? Okay, good. If I say out loud what I don't want them to have, it's like they don't have it then, somehow. Yeah, but we drew absolute garbage though. We need some way of dealing with their stuff. We need like at least 1 extra point of damage somewhere. Can't get that at all. Or more removal. Like they have 1 Snakeskin Veil. I can't believe 1 Snakeskin Veil shuts us down. Just like that. Yeah. Because it's not like we have a whole bunch of... Oh my god. Can I just lose a good game? It's like every time I lose, it's just stupid. Yeah, we literally can't attack, can't do anything. Can't do anything. If too much toughness on the field, and we're not drawing what we have an abundance of in the deck. Again. Well, that's decent. So let's get rid of this land and see if we can get something a little better. Maybe some of those burns or removal. Thank you. Well, let's attack all, see what happens, see who they block, who they kill, what they do. And after we drew a card like that and we attack all in, they're probably going to think we're going to have instant speed stuff, which this is not instant speed, so it's a little risky just attacking like this. I am bluffing a little bit. Snakeskin Veil. So I'm going to keep that. And another Snakeskin Veil. What, they can cast it for free or something? Till end of turn? Yeah. Okay, well that just completely shuts... Like, this is ridiculous. This is what I mean. Another Snakeskin Veil with the stupid fucking Mavinda. Are you kidding me? Like, goddamn, like, all my losses are like this. Like, seriously, not even 10%. Like, 1% of every game I lose is where it was, like, a legit fair game. Like, this is ridiculous. How perfect. I never get that. I never get that. When I win, I never get that. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Jesus fucking Christ. Holy goddamn. What the fuck? Let's go another Kirk here, I guess. This is ridiculous. Unbelievable. Well, you got another Snakeskin Veil, or you got another 2 in your hand, plus you can cast this for 3 in one single friggin' turn. Here they go, probably not. They're like playing Selesnya like a control player. They're barely doing anything because they just have instant speed, shut everything down I do. Everything I do shut down. Done. Gone. Useless. Waste of all my time and effort. Like, they have another Snakeskin Veil, 100% guaranteed. If I try to shoot this down, I guarantee they'll play a Snakeskin. 100%, which is total bullshit. Well, they can with Mavinda now. What is this? You cast target instant story from your graveyard this turn. If that spell, holy jeez, that's a lot of text. It's hard to read. It costs 8 more to cast this way. Exile, activate only once each turn. Yeah, so they can still do it. We need our spells to actually do something, and they're just going to always have Snakeskins. And we get 6 damage in with our 2 Menace. Puts them down to 5. No, we gotta kill their guy. They're just going to use Mavinda's ability again to give it, to put the Snakeskin Veil, use the Snakeskin Veil from their graveyard. So we have a big Florian. That helps deter this guy from, they'd have to double Snakeskin Veil to give him 7 toughness. Because our Florian has first strike, so that gets around his death touch. Okay, the run of good games, in my defense, that I've had with this deck was preceded by a very, very long run of terrible, terrible games. We try to do it, but if they have some way around it or answer, this doesn't have death touch, so we don't get poison counters. Of course they have a way around it. Does it get trampled? No. Surprised. Definitely surprised. But okay, 4. As long as Mavinda doesn't kill us, they're just dead on the backswing. Because they're all tapped out now. Yeah, that's fine. We lose our Florian, big deal. That's why it's what I was hoping for. Is like, well, we block. If we lose them, no big deal. They're just dead on the backs. They have no mana. They have nothing. Yeah, no blockers. Boom. Okay. I thought for sure with their just the snakeskin veils though, and the Mavinda bring it. Oh my god. Like, that was ridiculous. Totally ruined my plan for the Bloodchief's Thirst. Like, oh, they all have friggin' hexproof now. Sorcery, so I couldn't react before they got the hexproof. I couldn't react with the Bloodchiefs because it's sorcery. Like, oh, that was frustrating. Okay, so those were the games. I had a really bad run, not just a little bit with this deck, mostly with other decks. There's just a really long, bad day. I was trying to, you know, get a video done. This is the deck that eventually, after a while, things started working out. The shuffler started, you know, shuffling my cards, I guess, is how to say it. Like, I was, like, this is why I mentioned, it's like, when you're not getting flooded on all copies of any one of these cards, it usually works out pretty good. We need a variety. We need to do lots of different things in order to manage what our opponent's doing and put a lot of pressure on them at the same time, as well as synergize and get all our pump ups and all that stuff. Really helps in this deck if we're on the play. I find being on the play makes a huge difference, and always being on the play is almost always better, but this deck is really affected by going first or second, so that's something to think about there. Other than that, yeah, I thought it worked pretty cool. I liked looking at some of these you know, Stromkirk Bloodthiefs, and I'm like, you know, this is almost Artisan, you know, swap the lands like I already said, and then drop the 2 Florians, and you know, there's all kinds of other vampires we could probably throw in here to make the deck Artisan as well. But might as well use some rares if you're playing in Standard. There is no Artisan playlist. They only do events every now and then. So, yeah, I thought it was pretty cool for a budget-friendly vampire deck. I definitely wouldn't take it to rank, maybe in, you know, up to gold or something. Once you get into platinum, I'd say this deck would just fall behind. A vampire deck would perform good, just not this one. More Florians, more Angies, Olivias. Like, you need the rares to really to bring the vampires up a notch there. But yeah, I actually think this is really fun. Very lean, very aggressive. I had some fun when it started popping off and everything smoothed out. Yeah, let me know what you all think about the video. Again, thumbs up, like I said earlier in the video, if you like it, and if you don't like it, hit the thumbs up anyways. Just, you know, just be cool, okay? And subscribe to the channel. Helps you watch more of my stuff. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.